Alright, it's that time again to go over our Funko haul. Just do kind of a review of what Funkos we have gotten since the last time that we graced you all with our amazing Funko Pop videos. So, let me give you a brief overview of our collection and we'll jump into detail on the ones that are new. So we have quite a lot. Our collection has grown quite decently. We will not be going over the Dorbs today, although we do sometimes put those with our Funko Pops. We will not be covering those in this video. They will be their own video. As you can see, it's grown quite a lot. I'm going to move a little faster over some of these just because there is so much. Here we have grown our collection. We've been blessed to be able to grow our collection just because it's something fun to kind of do. When we're out places, something to look for. You get the exclusives, you get sets of shows that you really like. So Funko Pops have kind of become a big, enjoyable hobby for us. We're not really the type to eat out that much, really fancy places, but we do have now a decent enough disposable income that we are able to throw out a little extra here while still meeting all our expenses and definitely putting some in savings, which if you're watching this video and you don't have savings, a savings account, shame on you. Alright, so we'll talk to you in a little bit. We'll start our one-by-one review. Alright, this is the FYE exclusive 2-pack. Surfs Up Batman and the Joker. Now for those of you that know Funko Pop, FYE a lot of times does dual packs where they do come separately, where the only part that makes an FYE exclusive is just the combining of a set. They do have some exclusive double packs that you can't get anywhere, but a lot of their double packs are from a certain series that are particular. In the 60s, Batman, there was an episode. It was when the series was really starting to get corny. I believe it was the second season out of there were 3 seasons. Second season ran the longest, with about 60 some episodes. And during that time, they had an episode where, in order to thwart the Joker, Batman challenged him to a surf battle. Hey, why not? So both of them put on surf shorts, swim trunks, basically, but they just put them on over their outfit. As you can see, on both of them, they're wearing swim trunks. Other than that, it is their basic outfit, and then they both come with the surfboards that they used for it, too. Now, the interesting thing to notice, which I found interesting with the Joker from '66, is they were able to put in the detail of the mustache. Now, for those of you a lot of our viewers may be younger, so this may not mean much to them, but older viewers know that Cesar Romero was a romance icon, as were a lot of the Batman stars that came in at the time. They were stars from other things. Cesar Romero was known for his mustache. When 20th Century Fox asked him to shave the mustache for the role of the Joker, he basically told them, no way. And so they allowed him to keep the mustache and they painted over it. Now, as a joke, a lot of the action figures and the Funko Pops have put the detail of the whiskers under the thing, just to kind of really give you that 66 Batman vibe. Now, as you can see on the back, they've put pictures of Joker and Batman from the series during the iconic scenes, just to kind of a comparison shots, just so you can see.
We also, along with the Batman, Surf's Up Batman, we got FYE exclusive Happy. He's flocked. And this is from Fairy Tail, a very popular anime/manga series. Yeah, I really like the character. He's got his little wings out and a fish, and He's all flopped. And I think this one's better. The other one you can get, as you can see, this was the first series, so you only had Natsu and Lucy. The other exclusive in this is Swim Time Happy from Hot Topic. But I just thought the flock brought out it a little better.
We tend to kind of like the flocked ones. Speaking of animal characters, anthropomorphic animal characters, we tend to like our flocked.
I actually think he does not have the little... What? There goes the box. The little green part here is like a backpack bandana thing he wears, and I don't think you can see it in the back, but it may be there. We just don't take ours out of the box. But he's got his wings.
Yeah, we're the snobbish, don't take them out of the box kind of collectors. It does make it easy for to display them.
The only thing I don't like is they made his open mouth flocked too, and I wish they had just kind of sketched or etched that in, sculpted it in, and made it like the fish and some of the other parts and not had it flocked. But other than that, that's a minor detail. So there's Happy.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I am a particularly big fan of the sidekicks. And this is a Funko Pop that I would not have believed that they would have released. This is one that I almost considered asking my wife, who is very gifted at repainting, to have painted an original Captain America if we could not have found one. But it appears that the 2017 convention did this for me. So of course when I found this coming across eBay, I had to jump on it. And currently I think it's still pretty easy to find, but it is starting to fade. But what it is the original number 6 Captain America repainted to look like the Ed Brubaker Winter Soldier Captain America, or as comic book fans know him, Bucky Cap.
Bucky Cap.
So they've painted different details. Mostly they've painted the black pants down at the bottom that Bucky had. They've painted the black sleeve up here. You can tell it's the same mold as the original cap if you have the number 6 cap.
Well, and there's the indication right there. Is
they
the
use
side
the
of the
same box.
I mean, it's the same box.
They just repaint them sometimes for the conventions, and I was really glad that they did this repaint job. But again, this did whet my appetite for another character, who ironically I bought right after this one. So I'll tell you about it because it ties in order-wise. This character is my favorite Marvel version of the equivalent to basically Dick Grayson's Batman. Now, not many of you know this, but Dick Grayson was briefly Batman. This was not a side story.
DC fans were sore about it. Marvel fans take change a lot better.
Yep, I'm sorry, DC fans. You guys need to do this, get better at this. So, basically, DC launched a title where Bruce Wayne, I guess, for all practical purposes, was considered dead following the final crisis of the Justice League. And Darkseid basically killed him, and Batman sacrificed himself. Throughout the course of the saga, we found out that Batman was actually trapped back in time. He was not actually dead, which ironically is also where they found Captain Steve Rogers, too, as he was trapped in time. But I think Marvel did it before DC, so I actually think DC might have copied Marvel on the idea a little bit. The problem was, for most DC fans, is that they never ended the saga, because DC decided to do their relaunch of New 52, which angered the fans even more, and they, starting with New 52 right at the beginning, Bruce Wayne was back in the Batman suit, Dick Grayson was Nightwing, and the most we got was a small reference to "It's nice to be back in my suit" in the first panel. And by the time we relaunched the Rebirth recently, there was no reference to Batman, Dick Grayson, or anything, so as a whole, us fans missed out on seeing how that ended, whereas Marvel really ended. I'm actually in the process of reading the end of the Bucky Cap saga, where they actually really dealt with how Steve Rogers fully took back the mantle. And anyways, so I went searching for a Dick Grayson Batman, and unfortunately the closest I could get was what I'll show you. Is this one. So basically I went searching for a Dick Grayson Batman pop. I was wondering if anybody had personalized one or anything. And the most I could find, the only reference I could find, was Robin as Batman from Teen Titans Go. Now, this comes from an episode where all the Justice League disappears, Weird Al is playing Darkseid, and all the Teen Titans decide to raid the Batcave and dress up in the spare costumes that Batman has. So Cyborg becomes Green Lantern, Starfire becomes Flash, Beast Boy becomes Martian Manhunter, Raven becomes Wonder Woman, and Robin becomes Batman.
'Cause I'm Batman.
Now, the thing I thought was pretty cool about this one, and the only reason I got it, because I'm not really a big Teen Titans Go fan, the only reason we've gotten any of the Teen Titans Go pops in most cases is because of their reference to other things, or because it's the only way to get certain characters that were in the original Teen Titans show, such as Terra and various ones like that, Terra, Jinx, certain characters like that, and the design is only mildly different in most cases, except for Starfire. Whereas with her, it was like, you don't really want to buy her a pop for Teen Titans Go because they made her hair pink. And weird things like that. But with this one, what I liked about it was, as a fan of the Batman Reborn saga, which is what they called Dick Grayson's saga, they really made a good reference to that. Not only is he skinnier, as I'll kind of show you up close, not only is he skinnier, but minus the underpants, he is wearing the Batman Reborn outfit. Dick Grayson's outfit was slightly different from Bruce Wayne's, especially at this time. They differentiated it with the bat symbol without the circle around it, and when Bruce returned in the Batman Incorporated title at the time, they put the circle field around the bat symbol. So I liked the fact that they were at least semi-referencing this. At least it seemed to me that they might have been referencing Robin's time as Batman by making this pop. And I felt it really went alongside with that until they actually make a Batman Reborn pop, which honestly, let's be fair, I don't think they will. But this is as close as I think they have. Dick Grayson's Batman was skinnier, and they really went with the skinny aspect of it too. And the coloring of the outfit is accurate. The only thing that's different is Dick Grayson's Batman did have black underpants, a black area down there, and on this one he has no discernible difference on the, excuse my language, groin area versus the rest of the pop to differentiate the black underpants.
And this will probably become a very high sought out one in a few years because of the lovely sticker on it.
Yeah. Which, another thing, I'm just going to say this is a big thing for us as Funko Pop collectors, and I'm going to say this again later, and I'll bring up certain ones. I'll really go into this on a later one, but some of these exclusives are ridiculous in the line of you just cannot find them at the store that they're supposed to be at.
Yeah.
And we at the time hit Toys R Us pretty close to when these first came out. And I think I remember seeing one or two when it first came out at our local Toys R Us. After that point, you couldn't find these ones. And yet other ones, like some of the villains from Teen Titans Go, and even Raven as Wonder Woman, certain ones like that, they're everywhere. But this particular line of Teen Titans Go, especially this particular one, was very hard to find except on eBay. So you can kind of see the picture of them all in the back. Yeah. Most of these are pretty hard to find. I've seen Wonder Woman, Raven more often than almost any other.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever seen Starfire at a store. I've seen them at the people selling them.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yep. Okay, so, we are fans of the Grinch as a Christmas character. And as we went through in our last pop video, I know it's been a while because of job situations, stuff like that. We just got too busy to actually sit down and make these. Yeah. So we're kind of really catching up with this video. So it may be divided into segments, or it may just be one really long one. So here's my question before we even get started, is why did they do this with the chase? Now, there's a lot of theories floating around the internet for this one. One of the theories that I will take as the acceptance of it, and I just have taken as my theory, is it symbolizes the Grinch's blue heart and sadness that he had before he turned his life around, and that's why the chase is blue. But really, when the producers or the creators of this were actually asked why it was blue, Funko really hasn't given an answer, except just that they chose this color scheme for it. Fans are thinking that it symbolizes something. I think Funko just decided to randomly do the color this way because it looked cool.
Well, it could also be that instead of doing the cover one like they have on the book where it's white, because that is the store, Funko store exclusive that they did for their 12 Days of Christmas Advent event. It's painstakingly hard to get into.
Yeah.
The other thought would be that maybe they just inverted the colors, like on the picture on the computer, they just hit invert colors, because you can do that on Photoshop, and that's what it came out. Who knows?
Yeah, either way, or they're just symbolizing him going out at night. But anyways, there's a lot of theories, but anyways, this was one where we happened to be over at the Victoria Gardens Mall, because we're Californians. We were at the Victoria Gardens Mall in Rancho Cucamonga. That doesn't really give much away of our location. But we were at the Victoria Gardens Mall, and we happened to be there on like a Thursday or Friday because neither of us was working. We were on a break. I think it was Christmas break. We walked in. This was right after Funko had redone their chase laws about chases not being taken by store personnel or people would report them. And right there in GameStop was the Chase Grinch. About 2 of them, along with 2 other chases. We bought a chase for our sister that day.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's chase. I don't remember the
Bonnie,
character.
I think, or one of those.
Yeah, one of the characters. Sister location characters, I think.
Yeah, one of the sisters.
And then the other one was Buddy the Elf, which seemed to have been everywhere.
Yeah. So, we naturally didn't go for any of those, really, but we did want to get one of the Grinch, and then right afterwards we managed at the GameStop there to find the regular Grinch. We sort of at the time wanted the flocked one, but we just kind of gave up on that one because we just really liked having the normal one and the chase one. So, this is the Grinch. I really like the detail they did on his face. I thought the Dr. Seuss lends itself very well to these.
Yeah. Now, question for viewers. What are your thoughts on the new movie coming out with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch?
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts? I know we've only seen trailers.
It being Illuminations who does the Minions, and I'm not thinking Secret Life of Pets. That's their other movie. I think the animation's going to be good.
Yep.
So, at least that's a good sign.
And it's not Jim Carrey in a costume.
Yeah.
So that's something. Although, I will be the first to say that I didn't think that one was horrible. I thought the Mike Myers Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat was
a lot worse. And because of those, we no longer get a live action one because Dr. Seuss's family says no.
Yep.
Anytime those are brought up.
Yep.
So, continuing on.
Yep.
Continuing on with the Dr. Seuss fashion, we found the Box Lunch exclusive Cat in the Hat. You also had a Barnes & Noble exclusive that was flocked. It was just the flocked version of the regular one. And you also have a BAM exclusive, which has the fishbowl. But this one has even the teacup and the cake on the hat. You can't really see it well in the box, but here it is on the thing. And I just thought that this really implements the whole character of the crazy zany Cat in the Hat from the books. In the cartoon, I don't count Mike Myers' movie at all. Because that was more how many sex innuendos can we put in one movie and still make it for kids. Anyway, this is a great one to have for the set. Okay, so this is another Teen Titans Go one. This is Tara. I got her because she was a character I really liked. She was short-lived in the comics, sort of. Comics are weird. They like bring characters back off and on, and all of a sudden they end up being a clone, and who knows what else. But I liked her in the original series, so when they came out with the pop, that was great. We got her at a Toys R Us outlet, and then like 3 weeks later, she all of a sudden showed up in the stores, but we had been searching for her several months. Now, I will note on this one, they kind of did the outfit that she did right before she joined in the original series. And after she joined, she had the Teen Titans logo tee on her shirt. So this one does not have that detail. But very cool details. And as you can see, this is the set that goes with Jinx and Blackfire, which are also Toys R Us exclusives. Very nice design, except for I'm not sure why they did white eyes instead of the usual black eyes. Unless it was to emulate her powers.
Yeah, her kinesis powers. Her eyes get white, but then at that point...
Well, they go yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow, white. That's all I can figure.
I think in Teen Titans Go they did it white when she would use her powers.
Maybe. I've only seen one episode with her in Teen Titans Go.
But I also thought that when her powers activated, her hair went up too, so I'm surprised they wouldn't have just put the hair up, like in the ear, kind of.
Who knows?
Yep.
Who knows who makes the decisions?
Exactly.
This Funko doesn't like doing Get Help very much. Now, as you can tell, this is Loki. This is more of his comic book look slash first movie look-ish. Yeah, I like him in the comics a little bit. He's always intrigued me. Not that I've read too many comics with him as the main villain. I like him when he comes in most of the Marvel cartoons, rather. And Tom Hiddleston, best pick ever for Loki. I'm just gonna say that he really makes the Thor movies a little bit better. He's a great villain for the Avengers, too.
Yeah, and that's barring Ragnarok. I thought that movie was just made better.
Oh yes, Ragnarok really played on things and made Thor a lot better. I will say Loki's weirdness of what side he was on in Thor Dark Worlds made the movie a little bit better in my opinion, but I didn't really care for it. All things said. Really amazing detail. He's got his little knife sword thing here. His metallic-y on his outfit. He's got his big horns. And this was the set that came with Odin, Heimdall, and Lady Sif in their comic book looks, I think. I'm not positive. I'm not as familiar with them on that. Well, there's Loki.
Yep. I am Groot. I am Groot.
That's not even the right Groot. You should say it in English.
I am Groot. Oh, sorry. So this is Groot, the Hot Topic exclusive. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am kind of a bit of a Groot fan. Not so much as an adult, but when he becomes a kid or a teenager, all that. So I try to pick up Groot Pops whenever I see one that looks pretty cool. This was just funny because for those of you who've seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, there's a scene where they're like going through a hyper wormhole or something, and he's just sitting on a chair, wide-eyed, mouth open, popping M&Ms or Skittles or whatever those are into his mouth, just kind of like shocked. And they literally just took that scene straight out of the movie and popped it into this box, and to me it is hilarious because I feel like it just signifies that movie. So next to the Groot with button that they made, which I don't have at this point. So this is Groot. He's from the Guardians of the Galaxy set. He is a exclusive, so he's not listed on the actual box. He's based on a scene. He's very well detailed. Groot has that cute face that lends itself well to the pop caricature style very easily. And I even like that they etched in the woodwork into the side of his face to really make it look like he's wooden.
Good. What you could you at the hop? What you could you in a Funko Pop? No, Sam, I do not like green eggs and ham. So these are the green eggs and ham one. We've got the Flock Sam I Am from Barnes & Noble. And just the regular Sam's Friend. The Flock didn't do anything for it. In fact, it looked kind of weird, didn't it?
Yeah, and weren't all the boxes beat up with that one? Because this was at a mall where they had tons. And one thing I will say as a collector is I hate when people beat on the boxes. If you don't want it, just put it back neatly.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids tackled them because what 3 to 5 to 6-year-old doesn't know Green Eggs and Ham by heart. I mean, they even made fun of it in the comic strip Baby Blues with the oldest daughter flipping off the light and she's still going. Even our nieces could probably quote it.
Yeah.
So these great details. I mean, Sam I Am's even holding his green eggs and ham. I don't think you would want to eat green ham. I just thought that was funny that they actually made it. One thing we did not get to do on our honeymoon was go to eat at the Green Eggs and Ham restaurant in Islands of Adventure because it was closed. They closed it seasonally and it hadn't opened yet for summer season. But it was just funny that they have that in the Seuss Land.
So we'll have to, if we're back in that park, we'll have to try that. That is on our itinerary of possible parks.
Mr. Fox, sir, I can't blubber this blubber blabber. My tongue is not made of rubber. Ah, dear old Dr. Seuss and his phonetic rhymes. So, the next one in the Dr. Seuss set is Fox and Socks. This one was hard to find, which is where Fox is a little beat up. And we didn't want to get the flocked one, especially since they did all of it, including his nose, which just looked funny. And we couldn't figure out where we had seen the flocked one. Some people said it was GameStop, some said it was Barnes & Noble, some said it was one of the websites that sells Funko Pop exclusive. So we have the
like
original.
BAM or one of those.
Yeah,
ones.
something like that. I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the oh yeah. I wanted to just kind of take this time to say how much I really like Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss. His style really lends itself well to the Funko design. So I really think that's good. We've debated over getting Horton at some point since we have the rest of the set. But we're still unsure. Saw him a couple places at the convention we were just at, but we just didn't actually pick him up.
Yeah, outside Fox being a little bit taller and a little skinnier, and the thing, it pretty much looks like they just shrunk him and made him a little chubbier.
And I will say, those are not socks on his hands, those are mittens, but that's just, I guess, their design for it, because I think in the book it looks more like socks.
They're more like socks, but he does have his thumb that pops up ever so often, so you could consider them both. The general consensus of most little kids is, of course, it's socks because foxes don't have hands, they have 4 feet.
Yep.
And I will say, even though his box looks about the right color, he does look a little pinker on the actual pop than red.
But I think a lot of that might be the luminescence of it, too. It's shiny.
Yeah, it is shiny, so who knows. It's still a really decent pop.
Yeah. Alright, so, there may be some of you who are just watching this video going, I can't believe he finished that set. Mm-hmm. And we're as surprised as you are that we were able to get it. So I'll quickly go over. For those of you who don't know, Walmart apparently has a really bad reputation with their exclusives. Marvel Funko announced that they were going to do a set of Stan Lee cameos. And I sighed because they were Walmart, but really wanted to get them because I, up to this point, didn't have any Stan Lees. And I thought this would be really cool. They had release dates on them. I was going to hit the website right when the release dates showed, and I was going to make sure that I got them all. So let's start with 281. 281 is the Guardians of the Galaxy cameo. This one, when they first did the cameos, he was released on the website. He went live. I missed the deadline, and then about a week or two later, he went live again. I managed to get in real quick right before they stopped him. and got him online. They shipped it to my local Walmart, and I picked him up at the local Walmart. And not long after that, the rest of the set, the rest of him went he went live on the site and has stayed live since. He was the easiest one to get out of the set. He set the precedent in my mind that he was going to be easy enough to get. Now, for those of you who are wondering, we'll bring it back for a second. From what we've researched, there is no figurine errors on 281. He is a bobblehead.
Yeah, I can't fully show you with the camera.
You can see it there.
There you go. You can see it
so
right there.
So he is a bobblehead. People have been wondering. Okay. 282. Now, 282, it's just random that I happen to get them in the right order. 282, I was right around the time that I thought 283 had come out, and I was searching for either one, and I went to Walmart and picked him randomly at our Walmart. I've never found him at a local Walmart here in the Inland Empire. He was sitting on the shelf. Now, he had never gone live on the site. I was unable to activate his placeholder or even see that it got activated, and I picked him up off the shelf, and when I got home, I realized not only was I excited I'd gotten him, but he was a figurine. So he was a part of the error set that they released. Because of the error, Walmart recalled them back. Nobody would send them back that's a collector, I'm sure. But Walmart recalled any back, and they turned off the placeholder on the site, so it says out of stock. And he still hasn't to this day gone live with the bobblehead, as far as I can tell.
Thinking somebody ordered him, didn't like him, so they just shrugged their shoulders and plopped him on the store shelf. Because sometimes stores do that. I know Barnes & Noble will do that. That's why you can sometimes find really out-of-date books, comic books there. Someone ordered it through them, decided they didn't want it or forgot about it, didn't come and pick it up, and it goes on the shelf.
Yeah. And here's the last one. This was where my frustration with Walmart kind of reached its peak. This one was supposed to go live. It never went live on the site that we can figure out. But somehow collectors ended up with it because it started showing up on eBay. So we were figuring some of the stores back east must have actually had them in stock. Our local stores never had them in stock, and I was checking literally within the days that it was supposed to go live. I was checking almost hourly. So the chances of me having missed it, or at least stuff, I think I had heard once during that time somebody say, oh, it went live, and it was like for 5 minutes or something. We've had issues with that. Anyways, I couldn't find him. We went to the Frankensons warehouse down in City of Industry, and somebody was selling him for $15. At that point, it's pretty close to the $8 that Walmart has, but I can guarantee that the box is in good condition because I'm looking at it. Walmart has a really bad reputation for shipping out stuff and just messing with it.
Box isn't in the best condition, but it's a lot better than...
Yeah, there's some dents on the side. It's a little bit out on the side, a little bit misshapen. A little bit of the flap down here is torn. But overall, in Walmart terms, I consider this a good condition box. Because Walmart has a really bad reputation with their boxes. And it is also a figurine too. When I realized that, it made it all the more worth it to me. Apparently, from what I've gathered, they have not released either the Army General or the Smithsonian, is what they're calling it, outfit, or Stanley Security Guard, depending on where you look. They have not released either as baubles yet, and Funko just says when you report it, they say, oh, if you want to send it back to us, do that, and when we re-put out the next line, we'll send you a new one. Yeah, they haven't done that yet.
Also to note, the person selling it didn't even realize it was an error until we exclaimed it after we bought it.
And he had a 282, which I also showed him. I had him look at the bottom and said, look, you've got an error there too, and stuff. And then I showed another vendor at the same place that he had 2 errors too. I think the guy we bought it from knew, but another vendor didn't, and I told him.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so. Okay, here's a shout out to Theater Mage, one of our good friends. For his privacy's sake, I'm not using his real name, but he bought both of us these because we are both Funko collectors and we both love Kingdom Hearts. So this was a joint gift from him to the two of us. Since I was the main one to play Kingdom Hearts, I'm kind of talking about them, but we both like all the characters here. In fact, I own a Kingdom Key, a plastic prop, fiberglass Kingdom Key, I believe.
Yeah, fiberglass wooden hybrid.
Yep. So that it's safe to take to the conventions, because any stronger than that, they don't let you take. So this is the Kingdom Hearts Wave 2 set. When they first released Kingdom Hearts, we all kind of shrugged our heads and the question marks appeared in the sky as we went, hey, where are all the humans? So finally with the second wave, they released the humans. They released Riku, Kairi, and Sora. And then they also released special versions of Sora that you could get at different stores that were his other outfits. Now, for those of you who are Kingdom Hearts fans, they've modeled these outfits after Kingdom Hearts 2, not Kingdom Hearts 1. I guess most people consider Kingdom Hearts 2 to be the main one. So their suits are modeled after that. I would have loved to see a Kingdom Hearts 1 model of these ones. But at least when they designed Mickey, Donald, and Goofy in the first wave, which we do not have Donald and Goofy yet, they designed them after the Kingdom Hearts 1 lineup. So they may, at some point, we may get a younger Sora, or they may just leave it this way. Either way, I think it's really cool, because Sora is one of my favorites in Kingdom Hearts.
Or maybe eventually we will get Kingdom Hearts 3 whenever it decides to come out.
Yep. Alright, second shout out of this video. Thank you, Sam, for your Christmas gifts. This is two that came from our cousin Sam on DigiFoxCat's side.
Yep.
So these are really cool for what they are. I'll be honest, I wasn't as big on Stealth Suit Batman when I first saw him in the store, but when I got him at Christmas and was able to look at him closely
after seeing
the movie, I thought he was pretty cool. It's just when some of these, when they release them before the movie, and you're like, what? Why is he wearing sunglasses? You don't get it. It is not as cool. But after the movie, getting him,
they're goggles. He wanted to be a leader of the Digidestins. For anybody who gets that reference, it's from Digimon.
Alright, so they're pretty well detailed. I like that they put in all the detail on the stealth suit. As you can see, all the different detail. This comes from the Justice League set, which has various ones in it, like that you can see. We're not as interested in any of the others. We're more just Batman fans. And then here's the Arkham Knight Batman. I'll be honest, I just wanted an Arkham Batman, period. I didn't have any up until this point, so when I got this one, it was really cool because I have not actually played the Arkham Knight series yet. We finally bought a PS4, but with the fact that I'm still in school, we just don't really have time. I plan to buy that one come this summer when I have more free time and finish Uncharted, which I'm trying to go through. So I really like this. They put a lot of detail into the belt, into the mask is actually shiny, which is different for some Batmans. So that was really cool. And overall, it's a very well-designed pop, and I like that it really signifies just kind of a fun version of one of my favorite games to play, period. So, yeah.
Alright, so kind of weird I'm talking about a Batman character. But this was one of my Christmas gifts. It's a Riddler from Batman 66, aka the classic television series, blah blah blah. This is Frank Gorshin's Riddler. Probably one of my favorite characters from the TV show. Overall, I like Riddler because he really is. He's so bored that he wants a game, and he became a criminal because Batman was the only intelligent person in Gotham he thought that rivaled his own high intelligence.
We showed off the chase
Yeah,
in the previous video. We have the chase of this one, which is, I think, the better design, but it is cool to have both. Frank Gorshin's hair should probably be more red than it is, but it works very well.
I love that they put the detail around his like cuffs and his boots, the question marks.
And the fact that even his mask looks like it's a piece of fabric pulled around his face.
Yeah, and they've got the wrinkle detail on the mask to make it look fabric. And there's everybody that came with the set.
Yep. We have Batgirl too. She's the other one we own from this set.
I think we've already done Batgirl.
Yes, we've done Batgirl.
I think she was in our other video with the chase. So there is the Riddler.
Alright, so this is one of my favorite villains of Batman. In a previous video, we talked about Anti-Venom. And Walgreens released a Venom exclusive that was black. And Hot Topic released a Venom exclusive that was blue. Now, it took me a little bit to figure out which one I liked, but looking at the design of my favorite introduction of Venom, which was Todd McFarlane, his Venom and the animated series always appeared more blue in color, and so I ultimately decided that my favorite Venom, the one that I wanted, was more blue, that I didn't really like the black comic book version as much as the blue one that seemed more signifying of the animated series and the Todd McFarlane style, because he used brighter colors when Venom first came around. So we both kind of felt like this was probably Hot Topic's Todd McFarlane. We really felt like it was probably homage to his comic style. I really like it. It's very good. They have details closer of there being green on the tongue. A little bit of green on the tongue, like he's chewing on something, or like he took some slime in or something. And then, of course, you've got the very good detail of his outfit and everything. And again, he's just one of my favorites, period, of Venom. And I really want to give a shout out to my parents for picking this up for us for Christmas, because it was definitely a big surprise to get it.
I will note on this, I believe this is one of the best examples of how far Funko has come with their pops, way back when from Batman. And that first couple of lines where they looked, I mean, even Green Arrow started getting a little bit more detailed, but now they're starting to do different poses. You've got the eyes don't look painted on, or faces don't look painted on. I mean, Venom's symbol looks painted on. That's just kind of normal. I don't think he really would have any etching.
But the lips look like a whole separate piece.
Lips look like they're etched in. You've got detail of the abs.
This Funko wants to make it known that he was on a break. But anyways, so, for those of you who are like me and are fans of the Friends TV sitcom series, which I kind of pressured my wife into buying the whole box set, partly because I noticed it at a family member's house and realized how much I liked the series and wanted to look for it myself because it was one I just wanted to have, find the show really funny. So my sister, Wendy, really surprised me with this for Christmas. It is a kind of, well, he's been vaulted. The whole set's kind of been vaulted and they're hard to find. So when I got this, I was a little surprised because it seemed above and beyond. So I really want to say thank you again. But yeah, he has his monkey from the first few seasons.
Marcel.
Marcel.
Yeah,
and then he's in his traditional black shirt. So I really like this one. It's not really super defining, but it has the Ross hair and definitely looks like him. So.
Oh, maybe that's why they put the monkey with him.
Yep. All right.
I'll show you the back of the box here real fast. That it's hard to see, but Joey and Chandler also have their little animals with them.
Yep.